Maverick in the space again, still with the best and most credible opinion, you know. Still fear and fearless analysis and them intertwined, you know. Because in order to have the best and most credible opinion, it has got to be fear and fearless. Alright, we go back on the football. My understanding is that coach Steve McLaren will continue to be in charge of the Reggae Boys going into the final phase of World Cup qualifying. Remember? 6 more games to play, 6 more games to glory, and we got straight to World Cup if we get the better of Trinidad, Curacao, and Bermuda. So the JFF apparently, they meet with McLaren like they said they would. And my understanding though is that they decide say it's not a good time to start over again by firing the coach. Well, that was always my kind of sentiment still. Me never like this thing about fire a coach. You know, this would be the 3rd coach now, you know, for the World Cup qualifying series, you know. You're not carrying one coach which all Al Grims if you do it. After 2 games, Al Grims take up and bobble them and run. McLaren come down the team, now play nothing, still the team will get worse. But me don't know if the best thing it was to be go fire McLaren. If you go carry the next coach now, if you go start all over again. And remember, you know, all of this is in a context, you know. We are the quality of the opponents we have faced in the final round. If we don't go face Guatemala, Costa Rica, and Panama in the next round, then probably would have to go for another coach. Because Steve McLaren coaching couldn't get to pass them team there. But the fact that Curacao and Trinidad and Bermuda were playing, that means that and me could have coached a team to beat them team there. And let me say this now. If McLaren even qualify this team for the World Cup, I don't think if we get no applause, you know. Because it's a soup project. When him come, it was a soup project. Because Canada, America, and Mexico never had to qualify. So regardless of who we get in the final round, it would be less than the regular standard that was there previously for a qualify for a World Cup. And the fact them get this easy group now, make it even easier. So if we qualify for the World Cup, there should even be a smile on my face. Right now, we should not think about if we reach the 2nd round and probably the quarterfinal of the World Cup. For show you how easy it is to get there. And people are beat up on the Maverick and I say, Maverick, you know, we take none for granted and real. I don't know what we take for granted. Which one out there can show me an easier path that the Reggae Boys will ever get and have ever gotten to qualify for a World Cup? And which one out there will tell me about Maverick? Stop talking about soap. Which one out there can show me 3 teams would have prefer play? And which group would have prefer dropping a Danda group here? That is why the group are still soap. I mean, some people are make nice say, boy, Maverick, you know, you're wrong again in on a soap. After we get beaten by Guatemala already. We realize enough people don't even know the difference between the World Cup qualifying and the Gold Cup. Because the World Cup qualifying draw took place on the cusp of us playing in the Gold Cup. It confused a whole lot of people and make them think like the game that we lose in the Gold Cup affect our chances of qualifying for the World Cup. They will not. The World Cup qualification resumes in the September window. 3 windows, 2 games in each window. September window, October window, and November window. And those 3 teams are Trinidad, Curacao, and Bermuda. Not Guatemala, and Panama, and Costa Rica, and Honduras. You understand now? So, they are still soap. Theoretically, they are still soap. But I also understand the McLaren plan is to carry at least 4 more players starting in the final round. So, my concern about the team settling, it will get even worse. Because it's not no big world player going to carry come here, you know. And the regular little, you know, League One and Championship player going to carry come here. All the time about Mason Grade with Mason Grade with Mason Grade. He have to come here first before we call him name, you know. Because how we read film movements is that him not come here unless or until we qualify for the World Cup, you know. Because he might want to play in the World Cup. And my question is, should we then give a spot in the team with that kind of attitude there? Because obviously, we are caught him long before we are caught enough of them money and we come here, come play already. And yet still him a whole up and a whole up and a whole up. He must say, look at the team and say, be a rubbish that team you play. But now go around it. But all of these players dream of playing at the World Cup, you know. So my suspicion is that if we get past the final hurdle and qualify for the World Cup, you're going to see Mason Greenwood and you're going to see some more come jump on the wagon. Me feel if you run them way. And another thing about that strategy, it a go on too long, you know. Me and some of my colleagues them a reason about it the other day. And the man them said, this thing what we do with this run go for Englishman every World Cup qualifying, our big fool waste man something, you know. Because every cycle, you realize that every cycle has some different set of English player we go for. Basically. Yeah? Some of the man them remain, like Bobby Reed and I think Mikel Antonio. Some of the man them remain. But for the most part, we are going for some player. We play a World Cup qualifying campaign around Nations League. We drop out. And then the next cycle, we start look for some other players. And a 6-1, half dozen the other for them player. Anyway, them say McLaren remain. So things are going to remain the same. We are going to have headache and heartache and watch the Jamaica team. And my suspicion is, if you don't get some good early results, the support now going to the stadium. Yeah, I have been told already that corporate and sponsorship support start dwindle and people start close them checkbook after the disastrous performance in the World Cup. I will tell McLaren already, you know, Jamaica have a waggadis culture. If the team now play good, you now get no support from the fans them. Well, you'll get some support. Some of we are going to do regardless, you know. But for the most part, the waggadis them will not come on board if the team now play good and I get some positive results. And another fans alone, they sponsor them, not gonna come on board until it look like we win all the first 3 or 4 games. Pot overload with sponsor, pot overload with fans, as so the Jamaican fan base there. So no, I'm McLaren, because if you used to how football fans behave in Europe and upper England, feel say one normal football culture we have. We don't have a football culture, we have a waggadis culture. Most of the people ever watch the Jamaica team are loyal football fans. You see the rest of the people, which are the majority, they just a people by fence. And say Jamaica want to hear that side, and McLaren want to hear that coach. But as soon as you win 2 or 3 games and look like you're qualified for the World Cup, all of them are going to become loyal reggae boy fans. We are going to tell you, say, they were there from the beginning. As such, Jamaican stay is not a football thing. Anytime you see a youth in Jamaica in our community, and him do some have little talent, and him do some say, I'm going to ray and tell and push out. But he look at him like him an idiot and him a madman. So you know, left you say, no, you stay and suffer like everybody else. But you make that youth boss in a whatever endeavor. Whether you go boss as a baller, or as an Olympian, or as an entertainer, you see, when him boss, every jackman in the community where he's so bad mind and discourage that youth, start telling us that them bring him, and a feed them youth, and a them boss him, and a them carry him go here so meet them people there, and that's so Jamaica stay. And that's one of the good and bad things about Jamaica. That's how we stay. We are a set of waggadis. We tear you down when you try, but when you make it, we claim you. Well, I'm not talking for myself because I know some stay, but that's how Jamaican stay. So McLaren, you get a blind, use it. And no time to study Jamaica culture and study this and study that. Just go win them 6 football match there, and we tell you please and thanks, and you go up on the World Cup, go try and make an impression, and we tell you please and thanks again. We not keep no motorcade and no fanfare for you to qualify the team for the World Cup. All me can qualify the team for the World Cup. Maverick step. You know what I'm saying? Maverick a step. You don't see it? Or who that a step? Who that a step? Stop asking me where in my bag. Stop asking me where in my bag. But just a step.